Hey, it's Pete from Newsstand.com. This video is all about the little Pubsy app that I created for the Newsstand course, or really for my own production of the magazine files. So I want to show you how it works and how you can get it working on your system. Remember, this is a very early beta alpha version. Well, it's not even that. It was just a utility built for myself that I'm happy to share. Remember, there's plenty of bugs in there, so please don't inundate me saying, hey, it doesn't work. I know there's things that don't work. It was a utility for me, so the way I use it, it does work, but you might find that different things you do may cause a few errors. But by all means, try it out, and you may find that it'll really help speed up your workflow. So let me tell you how to get it working. Well, first of all, it uses something called Imagemagick. Now, Imagemagick is an open source project, and it's all about manipulating and managing graphic files, so PNGs, JPEG files, and things like that. So what you need to do is install Imagemagick first. And to do that, if you go to the Imagemagick website, which is imagemagick.org, remember it's a magic with a C and a K on the end. And once you're here, all you need to do is go to Mac OS X. And from there, you can download a pre-built package that you can install on your system. Now, I will say this will only work for Mountain Lion. So take note of that. If you haven't got Mountain Lion like me, then this isn't going to work for you. And you have to install it using something else, which they touch on here, MacPorts. Okay, they recommend using MacPorts anyway, but I think you can download this pre-built version and install it. So what we're going to do is go through this MacPorts way. So I've got, I think it's 10.7.5. Yeah, here we go. So I need to rebuild Imagemagick to work for my machine. So first thing we need to do is go over to MacPorts. Okay, and once you're over here, what we're going to do is use MacPorts. It's a little application we're going to download, and that will rebuild Imagemagick for us. MacPorts is another open source project, I do believe, that allows you to rebuild projects such as Imagemagick to work for your own version of the operating system. Mine's 10.7.5, which is Lion, I believe. So what I need to do is over here, we need to find the installation. I'll click on installing MacPorts. Here we go, Lion. So I'll give that a click and it'll give us a little download. That's just a normal package that you install. I've already installed it on my machine. It's a pretty small file. I think it took about 30-40 seconds to install on my machine, that's all. So download that. Then once you've downloaded that, the next thing you need to make sure you've got is Xcode on your machine. If you're downloading this app and you're building Newsstand magazines, you more than likely have got Xcode already. If not, you need to download it. So go to the App Store and download it. I think if I bring up App Store here, it's normally in the top of the charts. If we go to the Developer Tools, here we go, it's the top left. So you can give that a click and download it. That's a big file. So I've already installed it on my machine. Once you've got Xcode, what you need to do is open up Xcode, and we need some additional tools installed. And it is documented on MacPorts here, but it's probably quicker if I just show you. So let me minimize this or move it out of the way. And if I go back to Xcode, here we go. I'm not going to open a project or anything like that. All I need to do is come up to the menu where it says Xcode, go to Open Developer Tools, and we need more developer tools. And what we're looking for is a command line tool set. Oops, opened in another window. Let me bring it in. Here we go. So it's opened this website. It's an Apple website, their developer website. You'll need to log in. I'm already logged in. Once you're logged in, it'll take you to this page, and what you're looking for is command line tools. Now there's different versions. This is for Mountain Lion. I'm using just Lion, so this is the one that I need to download. So all you need to do, give it a click and download it, and you can see it's 139 megabytes. So another lengthy install. Like any good demonstration, I've already done it. So I've already installed this. It's just a normal installation, nothing tricky about it. But what that'll do, it will expand on the Xcode tools you've got and allow the MacPorts to run. Okay, so download that and install it. Then we need to go back to, where's my Windows? Here we go, back to MacPorts. And what we need to do is, if I go to the start again and just show you, MacPorts.org. Here we go. Go over to documentation, and in there you need to go to the port command. Now once you're there, you need to page down a little bit, and we're looking for something called install. Okay, so these are the instructions that we're going to follow, and this is all it is. So what you need to do is open up Terminal. And once you're at Terminal, if you're not familiar with it, don't worry about it. It's only one command we're keying in here. All we need to do, come in here and just type more or less exactly what we've got here. So let me copy that back to Terminal. So it's sudo port install, and then we type Imagemagick, and we hit enter. And when we hit enter, it's going to ask us for the sudo password. So it's your administrator password. And I'm not going to key it in. I've already done this on my machine, so I don't want to start the installation process off again. So all you need to do is key in your password. Then it's going to chug along, and I think this took maybe about 15 minutes, 20 minutes on my machine. So it can take a lengthy amount of time. You just need to key in your password, let it go along, leave your machine alone, let it chug along for a bit of time until it fully completes. And you'll see pages and pages of text being shown on the screen. That's just like a process log of how it's installing it, and anything that it needs to report to the screen as a log file. But once it completes, I'm going to Control-C out of this. You'll be back at the command prompt, and you should have Imagemagick installed. So the next thing to do, let's just test Imagemagick out. Now I know it works on my machine, but if you come back over to Imagemagick website, here we were on the Mac OS X install. If you just start scrolling down, we can test it out by using these three commands here. Now let's see if I've got these in my history. Looking for convert. Here we go. So the first thing is just key in this, convert logo to logo.gif. Hit enter. Done. Now just the fact that it hasn't reported any error here tells me that Imagemagick is working. Okay. If you do get errors, it could be that Imagemagick is not in your environment path variable. So you may need to look at something like this. I think if you start from here, do this command, then this command, then this command, it'll get your Imagemagick path lodged in your path variable, so that when you type convert, it'll find it on the machine. If you don't know what I'm talking about here, don't worry, it's probably going to work for you first off. If not, just let me know in the comments at the bottom of this post, and I'll see if I can help you out. But anyway, convert logo.logo.gif. Then we'll do the identify. There it is. That just tells us about the image file that was just created with this. So we can see it's a GIF 640 by 480 and some other bits and pieces there. Doesn't mean much to me at all. And then all we need to do is display logo.gif. There we go. And it pops up the image that convert command created. So that just tells us Imagemagick works. Okay, that's all you need to do. You don't need to worry about anything else. If you just typed convert here, which is one of the Imagemagick commands, you'll see it gives you all this stuff. And by the fact that it's giving you all this help information, you know you've installed it properly. Anyway, let's leave terminal there. I'll exit out of it. We don't need the website anymore. We don't need that anymore. We're all done. We have Imagemagick all installed. So the next thing we need to do is have a look at the little utility software that I created, the little PUBZ beta. Like I said in the post and a few minutes ago, don't tell me about all the errors. I know they exist. But hopefully it's going to help speed up the process of producing the magazine for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a zip file to download, and when you unzip it, what you'll get is this PUBZ beta.app. It's not very big, 4 megabytes. By the way, this is the first ever Mac application I've ever produced, so expect bugs, all right? So this is it. Once you get it, give it a double click. And then this is the screen that you're probably familiar with from the course. So how do we use it? Well, let's go through. There's just a few fields to fill in. First of all, choose your PDF. So this is the PDF that you've designed, however you've designed it, whatever tools you use to create it. That is your magazine. So I'm going to choose my PDF. I've got a temp files here. And if you remember from the course, we got this PUBZ issue 12.pdf. We can see it's 118 megabytes in size, so it's quite a meaty file. It's quite big. I think there's about 33 pages, 118 megs. So there's some quite high quality graphics in there, really big files. So the actual conversion process does actually take a little bit of time. I think maybe about 2 minutes on my machine here. But it's better than 2, 3, 4 hours that it normally takes trying to do it through a manual process. So I'll choose open, pops it up there. Choose a destination. Now here on destination, I'm going to create a brand new folder. And if you're going to use this tool, I want you to do the same as well. Whenever you use it, always select an empty folder. Okay. I'm going to give mine the really cool name of lots of A's. And it's just going to be an empty folder where it's going to pop our hpub file together with all the images and HTML files, CSS files that it generates. It needs to be an empty folder because I've got a few checks in here. It was mainly for me, so I didn't start overwriting files that I'd already had in my folder structure. I found that I kept choosing the same one, overwriting files that I needed. So I put a few checks in there to say if this folder isn't empty, it's not going to work. Okay, so choose your destination. That's that one. And then you just need to pop in the details of your magazine that makes up your hpub document. So if you remember, your title name is the title of your magazine issue. So this is going to be issue number 12. Let's be really creative and call this QWERTY. Author, we're going to say Bob did this and the creator was Jane, which would be your company name. And then the book URL is just a normal URL with a book prefix. So this would be mysite.com and then the actual name of the hpub file. This one is going to be, I'm going to show you here. What I've done, and I really need to probably add another field on here. I've made this app call my hpub document the same name as the folder. Why? I've no idea. I just did that in the development, okay? And I haven't bothered changing it. I probably need another field up here to say magazine name or hpub name for the output. But I'll do that in a later version, no doubt. So it's just going to take the name of your folder. Okay, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many I did. Is it 8? Something like that. And you can either put .hpub if you want, or leave it off. The Baker app takes care of that. Next, we have the resolution. This is all to do with your final image sizes, so resolution and quality. Resolution 72 dpi. If you do produce your PDF the same dimensions that I mentioned in the course, which was 768 pixels wide by 1024 tall, then 72 dpi will produce the exact dimensions for the iPad, 768 by 1022 or 1024. If you want higher quality images, and I suggest you do that, I go for myself 144, which gives us 4 times the size of a standard iPad, but this matches the Retina display, and the images look really, really crisp. You don't need to. I mean, even at this level, 108, that produces really nice quality images as well. But it is all going to depend on your PDF, the quality of the images that you added in. Then we have quality over here. I'll just say when you mouse over this, you should get some pop-up help somewhere. No, maybe not. Maybe I added. It looks like it's not working. All right, so I'll forget that. This quality, 92 is the default. If you drop it down, your image sizes are going to be lower, but the quality will reduce. If you up it, images will get bigger, quality will get better. So really these two go hand in hand, and it's up to you to play around with them to try and get the best results you can. Up here, generate screenshots. With my magazine, I generated screenshots and packaged the screenshots with my Baker app so that the magazine was a lot snappier in the user's hands. So when you went from page to page, it didn't take whatever it is, a third of a second, half a second to load each page. It was more or less there instantly. And that's because Baker app uses screenshots. It loads a screenshot first and then loads the actual proper page afterwards. The user doesn't see any difference. They see the screenshot and think that's just a magazine page. Whereas we know in the back end, the Baker app gives us a screenshot, then it loads the actual page. And the transition from the screenshot to page is invisible to the user, so it makes it look really fast. So it's up to you. If you generate the screenshots, it will add another entry into your book.json file, and you will have another folder showing your screenshot images. Okay, so turn it on, turn it off, totally up to you. I'll turn it on. Then all you need to do is click Create hpub. So as soon as I click it, we get a little log file there. And here's the folders and files as they start to be built. Now I will say, because this is quite a chunky PDF, it'll take a minute or two. So I'm just going to pause the video now, then I'll unpause it as the images start coming in. Here we go, the images are starting to be generated here. So you can see we had, what did we have? 0 to 32, so 33 images generated, and also this transparent.gif file. I've added this just for myself. You can use it as well if you want, but I use this as an overlay on my magazine pages to enable me to put hyperlinks anywhere I want in the page. Maybe I can do another video to show you actually how to do that, so you can have hyperlinks anywhere in your magazine to jump from page to page or to jump to external websites as well. Really easy to do. Maybe one of the additions I can add in is building a little web editor, little web page editor here to make it a lot easier to add links into your magazine as well. If that sounds of interest, let me know, and maybe it's something I can work on. It won't be done for some time. I've no idea how to do it, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Here we go. So it's generated the screenshots. It's also generated the thumbnails. If we have a look in the images, you'll see the images there. Then we got the thumbnail images. It's generating the screenshot images as I talk. There we go. You can see it's coming in. Apologise for the background noise. I'm not in my normal sort of recording environment. But once these screenshots have been generated, then you can see in the log file it generates the HTML pages, the index.html, CSS files. Let's have a look. What else? We got the book.json file. Then it generates the hpub file itself. That's just a zip file and renames to a hpub. Then it gives you a wonderful message. Everything is sorted out. Everything is done. So then all you're left to do is open your output folder, which is just this one. Give it a click, up it comes. So let's have a look exactly what's happened. You should be familiar with this complete layout here. Here you can see the hpub document, and all that is all these files here from the top one all the way to the bottom one. Let's collapse screenshots. It's compressed them into an archive file and renamed it as a .hpub. I didn't delete these files on purpose because quite often I like to come in here and maybe edit some of these, maybe add some hyperlinks in and things like that. Or maybe you would want to edit your book.json file to add in a few additional parameters yourself, specific to your magazine. If we have a look at it, here we go. You can see it's pretty simple. It's generated this based on all the HTML files generated from our PDF, and you can see because we had the screenshots ticked, it's added this additional line in here, and I've got this set to orientation portrait for my magazine. If you want to change that, just come in here and edit this value to landscape or both. Zoomable, I've got it set to false. If you want true, just stick true in there. And there you can see the other entries that have been generated from what we keyed in here. So that's it really. Nothing much more to it. You can see it'll save an awful lot of time. You don't have to generate the HTML files yourself. You don't have to generate the images yourself, the CSS and all that type of thing. If we have a look at this, the index.css, you can see it's automatically worked out the width, which I do mention in the course is something that you need to be aware of if you're using the HTML files as I set them up here. So everything is pretty good, pretty automatic. This works really well for me. It saves me hours and hours in producing a magazine. That's it. If you're happy with the default that I give you, all you need is this hpub file. Okay, so you can come in here, delete all this, upload this to your file server or wherever you host your files, and away you go. If you want to change something in here and you've already deleted the files just as I did, just rename it to a .zip, give it a double click, it'll uncompress them, and there you can see all those files. So then you can just edit them, and once you're happy, just package them back up into a zip file, and away you go. I would love to know what you think of this. If you do use it within your process, let me know. I'd love to know it's helping you out and it's helping save some time. If you've got any comments about additional features that you'd really like to see that'd be a real time saver for you, more than happy for you to leave a comment down below in this post to tell me about all that stuff. I said it before. If you're telling me about bugs, look, I'm happy for you to leave a message, and I will look at them. I've seen most of the bugs already, so I know I've got a bit of work to do. But if you do document them in the comments below, I'll take a look. Maybe there is something I haven't seen before, and I'll take a look at it and try and fix it. There's no timescale on when I'll have this done because it is just a utility for myself. If it does become popular, people really want it updated and find it useful, then maybe I will schedule a bit of time to do it. Anyway, that's it. Enjoy it. I hope the installation process isn't too difficult. If you do have any stumbling blocks, let me know. We can try and help each other out. That's about it. Have fun.